Okay, this is take 3. All right, so I had a question on number 13 in section 2.2, which is a word problem solving a system of 3 equations and 3 unknowns. So I wrote the problem down here on the sheet of paper is the best way I can get you all to see it. And so your problem is probably pretty similar, just the numbers are probably different. So here we go, let me read this question. So a company produces 3 combinations of mixed vegetables that sell in 1 kilogram packages. Italian style combines 0.3 kilograms of zucchini, 0.3 of broccoli, 0.4 of carrots. French style has 0.6 of broccoli and 0.4 of carrots. Oriental has 0.2 of zucchini, 0.5 of broccoli, and 0.3 of carrots. Then they give us the totals. Company has 16,200 zucchini, 41,400 broccoli, and 29,400 carrots. How many packages of each style should it prepare either to use up the existing supplies? So there's 2 things I want to point out to you real quick. First of all, the one thing you really want to identify when you're doing any word problem is what exactly is the thing you're solving for. What are your variables? And so we're going to look, that's usually found in the last sentence. So right here, how many packages of each style should it prepare to use up its existing supplies? So that's telling me right now, the things that I'm solving for, my X, Y, and Z, are going to be number of packages of Italian, number of packages of Oriental, number of packages of French, not kilograms of zucchini, broccoli, and carrots, as it may seem when you first start reading the question. So one thing I really want to do, I got to quick scan the problem, then look at the last sentence so you know what you're solving for before you go back and start organizing everything. Okay, so now that I know what I'm doing, I can go over and start organizing everything. I've actually already done this. So I'm going to come over here to the board and show you what I got. Okay, so here I did. I said Italian. I gave me 0.3 zucchini, 0.3 broccoli, 0.4 carrots. French, no zucchini, right? So let's a blank here. 0.6 broccoli, 0.4 carrots. Oriental, here we go. And then all of my totals. And you notice I organized everything together. My zucchini went together, my broccoli went together, and my carrots went together. The other thing I did, just setting up the problem before I did anything, is I went and I labeled my variables. X being number of Italian packages, right? It's not a number of kilograms or anything like that. It's a number of packages. Y for French, Z for Oriental. I'm using X, Y, and Z instead of I, F, and O, only because that O can look like a 0, which can confuse me, I guess. I guess the only downside I have here is that I have Z up here standing for zucchini, and Z down here standing for number of Oriental packages, but what are you going to do? I just decided it's the best way for me. You guys can do it however you want. It's just variables. Okay, so now that I've got this, I can set up a system of equations, right? So my system of equations are actually going to be, here's equation 1, here's equation 2, here's equation 3. This plus this plus this equals this, right? 0.3 times the number of Italian, 0.6 times the number of French, 0.5 times the number of Oriental is going to give me my total weight, right? Kilograms, 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 kilograms. Okay, let me write down my system of equations and I'll get back to you. So let's pause that. Okay, so now I've set up my system of equations. So you see my zucchini, I had 0.3 times the number of Italian packages, 0.2 times the number of Oriental packages equals 16,200, right? Number of Italian packs, number of Oriental packs. Under French, there was nothing, I left a space here. So for the broccoli, I have 0.3 times the number of Italian, 0.6 times the number of French, 0.5 times the number of Oriental, and I got the total number of broccoli here, and the same thing from carrots. Now, the next thing I want to do is take all these things and stick them into a matrix, which is just going to look exactly like this, but just with the numbers, no X, Y, Z's, plus signs or equal signs. Okay, so I'll pause that. Okay, so I have taken my system of equations and just rewritten it as a matrix. So, right, I have my vegetable rows with my totals over here, and my number of packages, my X, Y, and Z, are my columns. Now all I want to do is solve this thing for X, Y, and Z. So the way I'm going to do that is by row reducing this matrix, or this Gauss-Jordan elimination. Now, our numbers are crummy here. I have these decimals and really big numbers. I could, as the first thing I do, get rid of the decimals by multiplying everything by 10, but then these numbers are going to get real big. So I certainly can do all this by hand, but that's kind of why we have the graphing calculator as required for the course. So I'm going to solve this system on the calculator. I don't know exactly how well it went through this on the book, but I'll show you as well. So I'm going to show you on my TI-84, and it works about the same way on the 83 or 82 on most things you have. Casio's be pretty different, but everything else should be pretty similar. So if you have a calculator problem, let me know. I'll see if I can figure it out. But here's how you do it on the 84. So right there above the X inverse, I have the matrix button. So I'm going to go into my matrix menu. So second, matrix. Across the top, I have names, math, and edit. Here's what I'm going to call my matrices once I have them in. Math is where you do stuff to them, and edit is where you, well, edit them, where you input them and stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is input my matrix. So I'm going to hit enter on that. And I have to know my dimension. So if I look at this matrix, there are 3 rows and there are 4 columns. So this is a 3x4 matrix. So I make sure I say it here. 3, enter, 4, enter. And then I just go across and input my values. So 0.3, 0, 0.2, 16, 200. And I'm just going to input it all. So I'll pause it and get all this in, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I've inputted everything in here. So I just like to double check myself first. So I go up and down. So 16, 200, 41, 400, 29, 400, 0.2, 0.5, 0.3, 0, 0.6, 0.4, 0.3, 0.3, 0.4. And now this, it's easy to mess up and type something in wrong, or just have written something down wrong from the beginning. I think I mentioned when the video started, this was take 3, and that's why. So just make sure you have all your information written down right. That's really how you can mess this up. So here we go, everything written in. So now I want to row reduce this matrix. So first, quit out of the input mode. So above mode, I have quit. Wait, second, quit. Then I'm going to go back into my matrix menu. Second, matrix over that X inverse. So I want to do reduced row echelon form. So I'm going to go down, and I said reduced row echelon form is R, R, E, F. And there it is. Right? So not REF, REF. Under the math. So that's, again, that's how you do stuff to a matrix. So there it is, reduced row echelon form. I hit enter. But it wants to know of what. So I want to make sure I do reduced row echelon form of matrix A. So I got to go back into my matrix menu. And then names is where I call it. Reduced row echelon form matrix A. I hit enter. Then I hit enter again. And there goes my answers. 18,000. That's going to be, again, this was, what do you call it? X, which was Italian packages, Y, which was the French packages, and Z, which was your Oriental packages. So there's my answer. 18,000 packages of Italian. Now I got all blurry. 15,000 packages of French, and 54,000 packages of Oriental. Okay, so I hope that helped. If you have any questions or any of that, please let me know.